Take 3. This house is a nut house. Right. So I want to tell you a bit of a story. In June, got an email from NHS about trials on the because I've been taking lansoprazole following on with omeprazole for acid reflux, and so I thought, oh, it's a scam. But I googled it and looked into it, and it isn't. It's genuine. And so I thought, I'll do that then. That sounds pretty interesting to see what's going on down here. And filled the form in online. I went up to a mobile unit that was at Tesco's in Bridlington, and the nurse was lovely. Went in, she gave me this capsule with water, and I swallowed that with a string hanging out here, which was horrible. But you know, it's just mind over matter. Don't think about that string going down your throat. Anyway, after 7 minutes, the capsule melts, and there's a sponge inside of about 1 inch diameter. And she pulled that out, whipped it out, and that went away for tests. And she said, about 2 weeks' time, you should get the results. Anyway, about 2.5 weeks later, I got a letter back saying there were suspicious cells in there. Oh, right. So, and then there was an appointment. The Castle Hospital rang me up and made an appointment for me. It was quick as this, really quick. And my first appointment was for an endoscopy, upper endoscopy, which I was sedated for because I've had one before and it's blooming horrible. And so I had that. The team was lovely. Everyone's lovely. And while they were in there, I could see by the surgeon, the main guy, doctor, what's his name. Anyway, but they took biopsies, and I knew something wasn't right, so I could see him taking them. And then straight after that, they wheeled me into a CT scan, and I had a CT scan. And that was it, went home. Anyway, I've never been convicted of a crime, but having this done, and you know you've got cancer, they give you forms on cancer, you know, saying how to deal with cancer and all this, and you think, oh, God. I would imagine, I've never been convicted, but it's like being convicted of a crime, but not knowing your sentence and awaiting sentence. Anyway, so it didn't take long. About a week later, less than that, I had an appointment with the surgeon, who he said, it's operable. There's a good chance, you know, that they can fix it. I'm at stage 3. Esophageal stomach junction. Anyway, so everything's going to go. Robot surgery. I've got this breathing machine here. There's a bit of tissue on. I breathe that up to build my lungs up, because you don't use much of your lungs. So I've got to build my lungs up. And then in the operation, they're going to do robot surgery. And they're going in this side here, they collapse my lung down, going that side there, and they're going up there as well. And they cut out 1/3 of my esophagus and 2/3 of my stomach and join it together. It's going to be lovely, isn't it? I've never had an operation in my life, never been in hospital. But first of all, I've started chemotherapy. I've got a PICC line in my arm, which is they put the chemo in through that. It's a semi-permanent thing, and the chemo goes in there. They take bloods from there. They can even feed me after the operation with that, I believe. Anyway, so that's in semi-permanent. And I had one lot of chemo, and it's flocked chemo, which is the initials of the drugs that are in, which is strong for this. It's what they give it all the time. It's a good, strong chemo. And so I went in last Thursday for that. Everyone's lovely. It's unbelievable. Everyone's real nice and friendly, and you know, and it's all. And all the nurses are lovely. And I was laid on this bed. There was loads of recliner chairs. Loads of people were on there, and I was laid on this bed, and there was no guy next to me. All the nurses, oh, Paul, hello, you're back again. And he was going, oh yeah. And he was a lawyer from Grimsby. I got talking to him, 84-year-old. Had colon cancer 3 times. And a lovely chap, but I mean, he was 84, you know, he was just getting on with it. He says, oh, I said, I've had enough of this. But nice chap. Anyway, so me and him were laid in the bed, and I said to the nurse, why are we only ones laid in the bed and the rest is kind of on these recliners? And she said, because you're on the strong stuff, so that's why. So first time round, to make sure I didn't collapse. So I took headphones with me, I took some food with me. They do sandwiches, and the guy who brought the tea trolley round was a volunteer. And I got talking to Paul and this guy at the same time, and Paul said his wife 25 years ago had esophageal cancer, but they opened her up right from here, right down, and then broke up my rib cage to get in, and she lasted 4 years, you know. But this tea guy said he was 78-year-old, and he said when he was 60, he got esophageal cancer, and they did keyhole surgery. And that was 18 years ago, and he's 78 now, and he's a volunteer. So it kind of bigs you up a bit. It makes you a bit positive, you know, with things like this. A lot of it is positive mental attitude. That's what they say, and I believe it, and I've got plenty of that, to be honest, which is good. So, right, next on the line, I keep on having to go back every week for flushes of this... what they do with this pick line, I just thought it was just like a cannula in your arm, but no, it's 1/2 metre long tube. They use a thing what women have for checking babies, I can't remember what you call it. And they put it on your arm and find a vein, and they give you a local anaesthetic, and they go in there and you can see. And this tube, which is 1/2 metre long, goes up here and down here and up to my heart and just stops at my heart. So bloody hell, I wasn't expecting that. That's why it's permanent. Anyway, so all good so far, really. No real symptoms, just a bit of cracking on my hands and hiccups, which that's the steroid drugs. From tonight, I've got to start injecting myself in the stomach for 5 days. Appointments coming up. I mean, I've had to pack in work because being a builder and physical job, I can't lift my arm up, I can't put my arm up like that because it might pull the tube out a bit, you see. So aspergillus, that's in brick dust, aspergillus fungi, you know, I'm drilling about 50 holes a day, and just general physical job, I can't do it. So, and I'll probably end up poorly anyway. I've shaved all my hair off, well, more or less, and I wish I'd shaved my beard down a bit, but it's growing back already. But my hair will probably fall out completely, and they do say to kind of keep it short, so, you know, so you don't have clumps of hair all over your bloody pillow when you wake up in the morning. So basically, I don't think there's anything, just by the run-of-the-mill stuff, you know, that's all I really want to say to people is if you get an email from, I know 3 people already that I've talked to. Oh, I've binned that email. I got that email, I binned it. Nah, if you get any emails from the NHS offering you a trial, you want to take it because it might save your life. If I hadn't have had this email, I had no symptoms, nothing. A year or 2 down the line, my gullet would have closed up, my esophagus, and when I'd start finding it hard to swallow, that is a more difficult operation then. But luckily, fortunately, should I say, I took up this trial. And this trial could save my life. So, there you go. I hope you think on about your emails from me. Just check them out. Just Google and see. But I might do another one. I'll see how I go. You know, later on, give you an update. But this is the main one. I'm going to put this out, and I'm not after sympathy and all that shit. I don't do all that. But I just want to make people aware, right? Okie doke. Take care. Bye bye. How do you stop this bloody thing?